I mean, worst case scenario, look at this. Betor versus Shiko. All right, let's try this out. Betor, kin to all, versus Shiko, Paragon of the Way. Who's going to win? Come on. I definitely think we are the underdog, right? The underdragon. But it doesn't matter because Betor takes it. Ladies and gentle mages, welcome back to another episode with Manaman. Today's juicer is going to be Betor and Friends. So if you kind of getting semi-clickbaited onto the channel, Betor, kin to all. It's literally the only white card we're running. So I was just trying to think, how can we make Betor kin to all the most competitive you can possibly be? Whenever I look at this thing, I'm like, this is literally, it kind of screams more commander, but it's just a cool deck. I just kind of wanted an excuse to play like a competitive kind of like Unholy and Next type of deck. So I was thinking, obviously, you know, at the beginning of your end step, if you have 10 toughness or greater, you're going to draw a card. That's cool. But let's go ahead and do like the most like niche things here. So obviously drawing a card is cool. That's cool. You got a 5/7 flyer as a top end to draw cards. That's pretty, it's not terrible on its own. But if you have toughness 20 or greater, you're going to untap each creature you control. I thought that would be pretty decent here, obviously, because we do have, you know, like a lot of death touch here. We have Preacher of the Schism. You have Unstoppable Slasher. You got Sheoldred. So untapping is pretty relevant in sort of like creature-based matchups. There's not a whole lot of them nowadays, but it could be relevant. Then you also have like Llanowar Elves too. So we're going to have a lot, because Llanowar Elves doesn't help you out with like cut down or anything like that, which cut down is still just a good card in general. But what I like about Llanowar Elves is you do have a black source untapped, and then you untap your Llanowar Elves. You can kind of hold up like a Better Triumph or a Go for the Throat. Again, these are like really niche things here, but the big thing is if you can go for 40 or greater, each opponent loses their life rounded up. So obviously any sort of like drain thing like that, excuse me, is going to be a little bit better with Bloodletter of Alcazats. If they lose twice their life during your turn, you're going to lose twice that life instead. So that's probably the best thing you can do with that. Now, I'm not going to sit here and sell you snake oil. There's probably no way you're going to, like, you'd probably have to do like 200 matches before that actually came about. Mostly because the meta is just like really like control. It's a lot of control and like aggro. It's not a lot of control. You see like Jeskai control. I'm kind of being biased because, like, spoiler alert, we do face a lot of control in this video, but you'll see a lot of aggro. So like you're not gonna really get to that point anyway. I think the only time that would ever really happen is if it was like a really grindy control, or sorry, gosh dang it, creature based matchup, and like you're like really like grinding for value, positional value on the board. Probably like a Golgari matchup, something like that. But either way, this is a very, very nice deck here. We do have a Sentinel Nameless City. This is a nice little aggro or anti-meta card here, because the 4 toughness gets around nowhere to run, and the vigilance gets around like Ride's End. So if you are playing against aggro, they don't want to see this, because the Ride's End is just annoying. Even Lightning Heal it gets around Lightning Helix on like the Shiko, Jeskai Dragon deck here. So this card is really, really good. You could probably even make it 2 of. So other than that, I just kind of really want to go in for like an Unholy and Next slasher deck. Shout out to Gix's Command. It is still pretty damn good in the meta. So we're on 1 Gix's Command. Still pretty, like, just a solid card. Nobody really runs anymore. And speaking of cards nobody runs, Stronghold Arena. This card's kind of hilarious. Whenever this enchantment enters, you gain 3 life for each time it was kicked. So it can kind of help versus aggro. And then whenever a creature deals damage, you're going to reveal the top, put it into your hand, and you lose life equal to its mana value. Now this can kind of get a little squirrely if you go in for an Unholy and Next, because this card's going to, it technically is an 8. So you're going to drain yourself for 8 if you use that, which, spoiler alert, may or may not happen in this video, but it's still a fun card here. And like I said, I just kind of want to throw a little bit of a spin on the old like Unholy and Next, Unstoppable Slasher kind of combo here. So it is competitive, so I want to throw a little bit of a creative spin on it as a content. So this is the best way to use Betor. Other than that, let me know if there is another way to use Betor at all. I don't think there really is. This is probably the most competitive version of Betor, so that's just kind of what we run with. So let's go and give a shout out to the Mana Rocks. The Mana Rocks are the patrons and the YouTube channel members that do directly help out the channel financially. And I'm going to let you know a little secret. I would not be making content if it was not for the support of the Mana Rocks, because this has been a grind. You know, I'm not going to give you like a sob story or anything like that, but like I said, it's a grind. It's a grindy thing. It's a lot of work. There's not a whole lot of reward. So again, thank you to the Mana Rocks. Would not be here without them. Would not be here without them. And thank you for your support. It means the absolute world to me. So just keep in mind that only you cannot protect the ether with me. Make sure to leave a like on the video. The button looks just like this. Without further ado, let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. Kevlar man, hello. This is a little slow, to be completely honest with you. So, as on. Oh, what the hell was that? Okay, that was weird. Okay, well, I guess they made my decision for me. Either way, probably not looking too much better here. Another slasher, so... Alright. Fortunately, we are not looking too bad. I mean, basically, you're just worried about just getting ran over. We're on the draw versus like some sort of crazy Corey Steelcutter deck or something like that. But, I mean, yeah, I mean, looking pretty good here. Let's go for the Unstoppable Slasher. It'd be kind of funny if we can get the Bloodletter out. Of course, that's the dream come true. I think if this deck, if this match gets grindy, obviously we haven't played anything. Haven't played anything in 4 turns make that. Alright, well, let's go ahead and set the tempo, I suppose, if they're not going to play anything. Would assume this is definitely going to be, what, like, Jeskai... What even... Okay, I'm so confused. Let's go ahead and establish that. I highly doubt this will resolve. I mean, they have to do something at some point. They can't just, like, not play cards, right? And it resolves. I mean, I have no idea what's going on here. No clue. Be absolutely beyond me. But, hey, I'll take it, I guess. If we just... So, the first card, they finally get a region out. This has got to be Jeskai Dragons. Where's Shiko? Still nothing. Okay. Alright, I guess we'll just swing on in. If we get an untapped land, I probably would just go for Bloodletter, but, sure. Let's go and just get down to you. I mean, there's not much else to do. We're just gonna keep up the aggression. I go for Get Lost on that. Okay. Well, you gotta keep in mind that the you don't want counters on the Unstoppable Slasher if you can help it. So let's put the map counters on the other one. Bear Shrine, I think, is actually kind of okay in case they do go for Shiko, but well, I guess we'll just go for Duress then, right? Don't really have to slam down Betor if we don't have to. Let's go and force the issue here a little bit. I was kind of thinking maybe if they had like Ride's End or something, they'd have to pay the full 4, so we use this before combat. But alright, these kill loss are not that big of a deal. Okay, well there you go. We go for temporary lockdown. So these map tokens would get swept up by the lockdown. That kind of makes sense, but Shiko, a Paragon of the Way. They're going to be able to cast something mana value 3 or less. Okay. So they can still go for temporary lockdown then, right? Yeah, okay. Isn't the answer just another slasher? I mean, again, we'll put this on the other one. So I don't want any counters on the other slasher. Make use of these before we get lockdowns, potentially. No, let's not say no to that. I do like that card, though. Card is pretty funky. No one really runs that thing. Alright, so now the temporary lockdown's not looking good. I think they would just go for a Lightning Helix. Let's see what they got. So you can either... Okay, let's say you can't really hit the tapped one now. So you can go with the other slasher, but the other slasher is going to keep coming back. I hear it is unstoppable. I guess if we go... Should we just do it? I mean, worst case scenario, look at this. Betor versus Shiko. Alright, let's try this out. Go for the throat. I mean, we definitely like that. So, Betor, Kin to All versus Shiko, Paragon of the Way. Who's going to win? Come on. I definitely think we are the underdog, right? We're the under dragon, but it doesn't matter because Betor takes it. Alright, so that one felt pretty damn good. I'm going to go and mulligan this. Oh, God. Yeah, no green sources in our hand here, so we're going to have to mulligan down to 5, I suppose. Not great, but it is what it is and ain't what it isn't. Alright, so I got a less than 5 drops here. I guess we could go Elves into Slasher. So it's definitely at least one of these 5 drops, and I think you could make the case. Maybe we should get rid of a land, actually. We do have an elf. I don't know. Sure. It's not great, but like, hey, mulligans to 5 are already not great, so can't really beat ourselves up too much on this. Tapland's kind of nice, though. On turn 2, we don't really have any... Ooh, okay. And that, honestly, this is probably the best little 1-2 punch that we could have had. A turn 2 Annex. Scot-free. Don't have to worry about any sort of counter spells because they tapped out. Or they... Well, you know, whatever. A tap land. Yeah, this is kind of shaping up nice. I guess we can use the Llanowar Elves to swing in. If our plan is to go in for the Unstoppable Slasher. You can make the case, maybe, that we should just not do anything, but, like, whatever. Don't think you really want to hear me cough, so. You have the counter the Slasher or whatever. They actually don't have any white sources right now. But the Unholy Annex is just so damn amazing. They did not want to see an Unholy Annex, though. Just being able to draw every single turn. I don't know. I know we do take 2, but it's worth it. Stock Up is a great card, but some people are a little too high on it. I mean, I still, like I said, I think it's a good card, but tapping out in this meta is absolutely nuts. We got a Bloodlet of Aquazats, which kind of makes things a little murky. I don't want to say murky, but in terms of our decision making, I guess we could just go for the Bloodletter, because I'd rather play stuff from my hand while they're tapped out, because next turn, if they hold up mana, we can go for the Unholy Annex, and that's not really, you know, just by, other than like a Tidebinder or something. It's gonna be way harder. Get lost, okay. They don't actually have any white mana up, so it's not like they could get lost again anyway. So I think we're just gonna go for Bloodletter. I mean, what can they do with 2 red mana? Can't torch it, can't abrade it, can't whatever the hell, anything. So I guess we just kind of buff up our Bloodletter. I mean, man, I kind of went a little bit too fast here. Probably should have got down a tap land instead. Because now I'm kind of thinking, like, you know, the Unstoppable Slasher. I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking. But I was like, if they have Sunfall or something, why even drop the Slasher? So, should have got down a Blooming Marsh there. But it's alright. I don't think it's the end of the world. Balls in their court. I obviously assume, you know, Ride's End or, you know, Lightning Helix. You know what? I think I'm going to try this out. If we go for the Throat, obviously, we decline their life gain, so. Okay. Is that it? Oh, no. Oh, okay, Lightning Helix to the face. Well, it doesn't take care of it, and now we just win. Okay, cool, excellent. Unholy Annex, and that is going to take it with the Bloodletter, so. That's it. Easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl. Let's go. Defy. Hello. Let's go and keep this. Don't know what we're playing against, so double Duress may be the best thing ever. It may be absolute dog shit. I guess we'll have to find out, huh? Alright, so pretty good. So we'll get rid of the stock up. That'd be nice. Yep. We'll give me some spankings here. Okay, go for the Throat. Go for the Throat. Not looking super good, so I guess we'll just hit you with another Duress. It's going to have to be Sunfall, obviously. For a more creature-heavy deck, that is going to be quite obvious. Sentinel of the Nameless City is very well positioned for the meta right now. The 4 toughness gets around the nowhere to runs. The vigilance gets around Ride's End. So Sentinel of the Nameless City is just like nice card. Just a really nice card. I am kind of noting they don't have 2. Okay. Let's say I'm noticing they don't have 2 blue, so they're having a slight mana issues. So they can't go for 3 steps ahead properly. I think the way I am going to play this is we already saw one Sunfall, so now that we know they're running Sunfall, I'm just going to go in for Sheoldred. I mean, if they have Sunfall, and or even Day of Judgment even, then we just lose. Yeah, let's just go ahead and set the tempo here. Alright, take 2. So no instant speed removal. If they do swipe the board, it's probably over, but that's kind of just the game we play. Nothing. Alright, looking pretty good here. We have 2 map tokens here. I kind of want to push for a little bit more damage, but the question remains is, like, if we use a map token before combat, they probably are going to use, like, Ride's End, I'm assuming. Or, yeah, okay, so Ride's End, very, very popular card. Maybe we should have used it, because if they didn't use it for Shelly, then whatever. But now we got free reign, so I guess it's not the end of the world. Total free reign for 3 map tokens. Nope, get out of here. Unless they have, like, Into the... Okay, here we go. So say, unless they have, like, Into the Flood Maw or something, like... I'm actually going to hold off on... I don't need the raw power, I don't think. I think I'd rather just use the map token on another creature at some point. So they still have food tokens and stuff like that. I don't think it really affects our clock much, so I'll use the map token for another Explorer. River Churn Monument. Okay, so this is like, okay, this is going to be the Bant Mill? I mean, that does suck, though, getting rid of my thingy. Quite bad. Betor. Alright, here we go. Here we go. I'm not even going to risk the map token. I could use them like a map token or even 2 map tokens, but I think I'd rather just get Betor down. We take a draw. I mean, let's do this while we can. We can always use the map tokens while they're holding up mana for 3 steps ahead. Yep, it's pretty bad. Obviously, with how restrictive our mana base is, I don't have a ton of like mana, or well, actually, I have none. I actually have directly 0. Let's click on the Bloodletter. They don't have enough to go in for 3 steps ahead. So I guess we do this. Let's not drop our land just in case we get an untapped land. I mean, it really kind of sucks because, like, I guess whatever we do, they're just going to River Churn Monument it anyway. So maybe I should just put it away. I mean, I don't think it matters because we're just theoretically looking for the next thing anyway. I don't think it really matters. There is an off chance if they have no sort of, they have no removal. Okay. If they have no removal and I could get, or I use the map token on you, 4 times 2 would be enough, but, yeah, I'm looking good here. Definitely gonna have to sideboard out some of these the removal spells. Three steps ahead. Yeah, I think you're like 5 steps ahead, to be honest with me. So I don't think we're dead yet. Exhaust. Okay. Jace. So 38. So we basically have to kill them this turn, right? Let's say we could go for Bitter Triumph if they only went X equals 4 to have it lay around, but another land, let's go ahead and just get out of here. Yeah, they got me. Good game. Alright, let's try to avoid some sweepers. We do have a Duress, which is nice. I know you're looking at this Baloth, like what in the absolute hell are you running Baloth for? It's just because I had nothing else to sideboard in the removal. Oh, God. I guess it's Sunfall. The only reason, like I said, the only reason why I have the Baloth in here is because I had nothing else. Because like Go for the Throat is completely useless against this deck. So as awkward and clunky and slow and bad as like the Baloth is, I mean, I guess I'd rather go for a Baloth than to Go for the Throat. The Baloth can at least theoretically attack. So I guess we'll go for the Slasher. To me, the Sentinel is kind of like a de facto. I mean, I don't want to say de facto or even like a pseudo, but it's a little bit better on turn 4 if you can resolve it because you have the map token plus itself being 3. And the Slasher will slash. So they're gonna pay for that. They're gonna pay for that stock up. Okay. All right, no problem. I mean, we're gonna get to slash them down quite a bit till you what, like 9 or whatever. So you do have to tap out for. Okay, there we go. There we go. GG's. Let's go ahead and give it to him. I have to. Come on. I haven't done that. This is like probably the first time I've ever done a clean turn 4 insta kill, but there we go. Round 3. Fight. Let's go. Yeah, this looks pretty good, right? Elves into slasher. I mean, how bad could it really be? The only thing that's kind of gross is that the thicket does not give black. So if you could, you can't really speed run into Bloodletter that way, just because it has 3 black pips. So that's kind of unfortunate. Get lost on an elf. That's pretty... I don't know how I feel about that one. Let's go for an elf here. I guess I will. Might as well crack a map token on the opponent. Yeah, sure. Of course, got these beautiful new lands. It's been such a long time since I've had lands that actually rivaled the Nyx lands. These dragon ones are very cool, man. Another get lost. I mean, that's why. To me, that is like downright irresponsible. But hey, I'm not complaining. All these get lost. They have to have a temporary lockdown or something. Like, they're so aggressive with the removal on these elves. It's very weird to me. They have Judgment's fine. Stoppable slasher. It cannot be stopped. Only paused. So I do think I want to get a little greedy. I do think I want to get greedy here, right? I guess we go for I guess we'll go for the Sentinel. We'll kind of hedge our bets here a little bit. I know that the fun thing is to go in for the Bloodletter, but I'll keep that. It's another threat. If they have Sunfall, that's kind of what I'm afraid of, to be honest with you. I don't want to get 2 slashers. Oh. Okay. Not really the end of the world, though. I mean, we still have more pressure, so here we go. Yeah, this is kind of dumb, because, I mean, again, with the counters. If it has no counters, so we're kind of playing with fire. Okay, yeah, I'm kind of playing with fire here. Oh, well, that is what it is. I guess we should have gone for the Sentinel, but my plan here is, like, we've kind of whittled down their removal and sweepers. Maybe now we can get a Bloodletter out for the kill. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely just risky business. Now I'm just scared, though. Now I'm just going to swing in here. I'm playing pretty badly right now. They take it. Okay. I can't imagine. There's no way. I mean, I'm not even going to beat myself up for that one. There's no way, because there's no chance that I go for Bloodletter. They let this resolve. They have a counter spell at least. So maybe now we go for Sentinel, now that we didn't go for Bloodletter. That counter on Unstoppable Slasher, though, is... I don't like the sight of that. Let's go and bust these on the Sentinel. If they had like a Ride's End, they probably would have used it by now, right? On the Slasher, so... yeah, I think we'll take the Annex. That's fine. Probably should have dropped the land that they see, but whatever. So there's... okay, there's 3 steps ahead. If we would have gone for 3 steps ahead on the Bloodletter... exactly, I was like, that... come on. There's no way they just have nothing. So... stock up. Oh my god, they keep stocking up. You have to stock up for the winter, my friend. Because now when I drop the Bloodletter, I think it's just GG's. Even if they have guaranteed 1 on tap land, I think that's just it, right? They can't stop a Slasher and a Sentinel and a Bloodletter. Yeah, that's just gonna be it. Bloodletter of Alclazots. That should just be it. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Swing in here. Unless I am sorely mistaken, which I don't believe I am. I absolutely am not. That is GG's. Oops, swag 69. What a name. That's kind of a crappy hand. I'm gonna get rid of it, and we get even punished for an even crappier hand. Alright, no green source for Llanowar Elves, and we're on the play. Yeah, one land's just not gonna do it in general, so. I guess if we don't really have any sort of combo piece with the Bloodletter, I guess we'll just do this. See what you got here, Poop Swag. Is it another control deck? They got the Azoria sleeves, so we'll see. Oh, give me another Jeskai. Okay, so Jeskai's close to Azorius. See if we can get down the Annex. Which we can, because their Verge is not activated, so no counter spells. Resolving the Unholy Annex is just absolutely wonderful. It just is. Once you get it down, you're like, okay, now I'm just going to draw 7,000 cards over the course of 5 more turns. We're looking good. I don't know. I guess we'll just go Shelly. You could go for Sentinel and use the map token. It's whatever. Really, no get lost, no destroy evil. Every now and then again I'll see destroy evil. I think destroy evil is pretty good. Destroy big creature or destroy enchantment. I surely would hate that. A braid. Okay, so they're gonna take a 2-for-1. I mean, that's we do like that. Completely fine with me. Alright, so we know that they're playing more of a control style build. I'm assuming they have counter spells, so I want to play for my hand now that they're tapped out, and then we can always worry about activating the Unholy Annex later. Small sequencing error there. Probably should have waited in case we top deck a fast land that we would have had to tap for it, but ends up not punishing us. Stronghold Arena is pretty nice. Stock up. Okay. I think we really are learning that stock up, you know, you got to tap out for it. That's the whole thing. Like 3 mana to tap out in this meta is like insane. So just keep that in mind. 2 mana up. That's better than 3. It's better than a hard counter. So I guess we'll just set this down, right? You almost never, I mean, again, I'm not even really worried about the life gain aspect, unless unless you're playing against like aggro. I really don't care. We're just kind of playing it for the ability here. Bam. Stronghold Arena, absolutely nobody is playing this. Let's go ahead and reveal that, and then oh, all right, that's that is damning. Okay, I was gonna say we're gonna hold up 1 extra mana here. Okay, that's actually really damning. Yeah, alright. I was going to say, we're going to hold up 3 mana here so that we can go in for our second Unholy Annex. But now that we got bonked on the head with that big fat, another Unholy Annex. Beza. I mean, that's no problem at all. Yeah. What do you, they get a treasure, I guess? Yeah, I think I have 1 more. Unless I can't do math. They don't get any life. They don't get any fishies. Yeah, completely fine with me. I'm actually going to discard. Now that we are kind of overloaded on the Unholy Annex, I think I'm going to do this instead. Bloodletter. And we got 2 mana left open, so we could pay for like a Phantom Interference or a Caustic X, like if they don't behold anyway. Are they gonna take this for a whopping 10? Oof. Alright. You know what? I'm a little gun shy now. I think we're gonna have to decline it on the Stronghold Arena. So not doing a very good job. Kind of showing off why. Again, no one really plays the Stronghold Arena. Doing a very bad job of showing it off, so. Okay. Fully expecting some sort of board wipe here. Stock up. That's not going to be it. I guess I could do untapped land, Day of Judgment, so definitely not over yet. And I guess it's over. Good old Gix's Command. Gix's Command is pretty damn good. I kind of forgot Gix's Command was even in Standard, to be honest with you. It's been such a long time that I've played with it or played against it. It's got Betor. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, it's just been the whole video just pronouncing it as Betor. But got 2 3-drops here, so even if one does get countered, we're not looking too bad. I guess we always just want to start off with the Slasher. If we get exhaled or whatever the hell, it's fine. I think Sentinel's a little stronger. for the second one you play, just because you have that extra map token if it resolves. And then you can make use of that. Unstoppable Slasher seems to be a little bit better for the first dummy to go out there to get countered. Stock up. All right, like I said, stock up. You got us tap out. So we at least get a turn to breathe here, so we can go for Sentinel and then a map token. I think map tokens are a little bit underrated. I mean, it kind of clears you out. You're theoretically drawing. Like, they're just a solid mechanic. Not broken, just a solid, good mechanic, you know? Let's go and get our map token. I'll waste absolutely no time. No, we do not need another elf. No, thank you. It would be absolutely amazing. I mean, it definitely not in this match. Hell no. I think there are some like Golgari matchups, some like really creature-based grindy matchups where like we could get a Bloodletter out and then a Betor to actually go for the drain with Betor. That'd be insane. But I think you'd have to play like literally, you'd have to play so many matches for that to actually come into fruition. What is nice about this too is, again, it gets around Ride's End, it gets around Nowhere to Run. I mean, Sentinel is actually just a perfect anti-meta card right now. Perfect. I guess I could go for Betor. Maybe we should just kind of start establishing some more map tokens. Just kind of talking about the map tokens. Speaking of which. Definitely a little aggressive here. Definitely aggressive here, considering that we could just get wiped up next turn, and then we're just kind of crying. But my theory is that even if they do, I mean, we do have Gix's Command, so we can actually retrieve 2 cards. So we'll get rid of that. I'm a little bit gun shy on the Dreams of Steel and Oil. I think it's still better to go for Dreams of Steel and Oil rather than like Cut Down, because Cut Down doesn't do anything versus this deck. So here's a Shiko. Okay, gotta go for the throat. Stock up. Okay. I do think Jeskai Dragons is like pretty damn good. I haven't played with it yet, but it seems good. We could slam down Betor. A lot of Shiko versus Betor in this video. It's kind of funny. It's kind of ironic. But I think it's probably just better to Duress and then go for the throat. Okay, well, we only got one thing to choose from. Kind of weird. Kind of weird, right? I figured their hand would just be like chock full of, you know, Sunfall, Day of Judgment, Ride's End, just a bunch of spells. But it's really creature heavy, awkwardly. It's kind of weird. Well, I guess, there's no way of knowing that we should have top decked into an untapped land, so I guess we should have swung in with the elf, but that's alright. Beza actually is kind of annoying, to be honest. Life gain and then 2 fish. Yeah, that actually is kind of annoying. We could go for... We actually can't. I was gonna say, we could go for Gix's Command and then blow up their board, but but then that would... let's not do that. So we could take him down to 1, so we could swipe the board, kill everything with 2 or less, have him sacrifice Beza, but that would, you know, we don't have 2 5/6s to swing in with, so I guess we say no to that. Alright, it's fine. They don't really have anything too crazy in their hand, though, so, like, whatever. We'll just take the chump blocks here, and then I think we might be ready for Betor at this point. Yep, 2 chump blocks is fine. Beza, very efficient for them. Bang, bang. Let's drop it, man. Betor, kin to all. I love this little dragon here. Shouldn't say little, but up to 20, which is pretty hilarious. If I did have a go for the throat in my hand or something like that, Duress, I think we say no, right? If they top deck into like any sort of non-land or whatever, we do that. But so let's say that's kind of nice though. What I like about that is having the elf. If you have go for the throat or something like that, you can untap, and then now your elf is obviously able to give you go for the throat, which I don't have, but like I said, in this type of deck where it's like more just Jess guy, this is not the deck to do it with. But if you did have like a super grindy like Golgari, basically, if you had a really grindy Golgari deck, I could definitely see the Betor Bloodletter Valkazlots getting to go off, but not going to be a common occurrence. Let's go for Dreams of Steel and Oil, get rid of the flanker. Oh, whoa. Time out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so they can go for the Revelation. Okay, that definitely changes things. Return target spell or permanent. 4 damage, 2 1/1s, prowess, draw 2 cards, gain 4 life. Okay. Okay. So they're definitely going for that. I guess it's just the Shiko then. Alright, so they're gonna bounce something. Permanent. Alright, let's try this instead. So if I go for the Bloodletter, I guess they just try to bounce it. Maybe I should have just gone for Bloodletter. Yeah, and then they just bounce it. Then swing all. Well, they gain 4 life, so... I could have probably taken a little more time to think about that, but it is what it is. Whatever. Alright, deal 4 damage. I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, this is really not that bad, honestly. So they just trade the Sentinel. I don't like the creatures on the ground. The creatures on the ground are a little annoying. Okay. Take the trade. Go down to 10. We've got... I guess we just slam down Betor again, right? I mean... Betor, take a draw. Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, it's a 5/7 flyer that has you draw a card every turn, basically. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not, you know, meta breaking. And it's more of a... the card definitely just screams more commander. But it's not a bad card. We'll have some fun with it. Alright, our second Betor. I mean... I guess we could try and... we could threaten for lethal here. If we put 1 non-land off the top here with these map tokens, we have 2 shots at it. I'm pretty sure that they probably have some sort of... Preacher's a little slow, but at least we got our counter. So now we're going to try this out, I guess. Alright, swing in. Betor, kin to all. Is... oh, okay, lightning healings. Okay, so not yet. Alright, that's fine. Down to 3. I guess we'll spread out the love here a little bit with the counters. Stronghold Arena, I think we'll say no. Draw a card. Drawing cards is good. Sometimes just a big 5/7 flying dragon, Betor, you know what? You don't need fancy effects. Just one big dragon that draws you cards. Sometimes that's just all you need, right? Come on. Betor, kin to all. Can we end with a Betor victory? We sure can.